To you all. Welcome, friends and family joining online. Thanks for being here today as we recognize and honor the achievement represented in this singular moment. Thanks to Mike Rosensky.
Woo! Yep.
One of our celebrated faculty for bringing the lovely pre-ceremony music. And especially, and this is an applause line, welcome to graduates of the class of 2026. It's our tradition to begin by introducing our faculty. I'm Ted Coffey, professor in the Composition and Computer Technologies area, and for the next few months, chair of the department. I teach a variety of courses, such as poetics of recording and production, musical aesthetics, electronic music and multimedia, and songwriting.
Hi, Ben Rouse, symphony conductor and teacher of various courses. Thank you.
Jovia Armstrong, also in the Composition and Computer Technologies program.
I'm Fred Moss. I teach music theory and I teach some courses on special topics. I do work with contemplation in music, gender, sexuality, disability, and other things.
My name is Jeremy Old. I teach horn at UVA and I'm principal horn at the Gough.
My name is Robert Jaspe and I teach Learn to Groove.
Mike Brzezinski, I teach guitar and
Hi everyone, I'm Matthew Bertner. You'll be hearing more from me in a minute. I'm in the Composition and Computer Technologies program, and I teach classes like ecoacoustics and interactive media.
Hi, I'm Nicole again. I'm also in Composition and Computer Technology, and I teach creative music ensemble, Afrofuturism, and jazz-related courses, as well as composition.
Hello everyone, my name is Michael Curie. I teach music theory and history.
I teach in the Critical Studies in Music and Sound program. I teach courses like Listening to Everyday Life, writing musical ethnography, and a performance in Africa.
Hi, my name is Jian Choi. I teach clarinet.
Hi, I'm Kelly Sulik. I teach flute and I'm the current director of performance.
Hi, I'm Pamela Beasley. I teach voice and related subjects and coordinate the voice faculty. And I teach music history.
Hi, I'm Jade Conley, and I've taught you all in 20th century art music and music of Hawaii and Puerto Rico.
Thank you. Thanks all. So the structure today, I'll just give a few remarks in praise of music and engagement with music. My colleague Matthew Bertner will present undergraduate prizes and recognitions. He's doing so as in substituting in for Nolan Lobley, who is the director of undergraduate programs. His kids have done too well at soccer or football, as he would call it, because he's a Brit. And so he's in a tournament out of state right now, but he sends his best regards to you all. And Professor Bertner and dissertation advisor Nicole will then recognize and hood our sole recipient of a doctoral degree. And then we'll get to the award of diplomas. Following the ceremony, we'll take some time for pictures and cake. And so does that sound good? In praise of music and engagement with music. So just want to say a couple of things about that are kind of, quasi-philosophical, but and a lot about music and sound. So as a site of learning, music is very special. We listen, we make sound, we tune ourselves, and explore and activate our inner capacities. There's something about doing something, regarding it, making an adjustment, and rinse and repeat. This happens in many disciplines, but in music it's a very fast, efficient feedback loop, very fast turnaround time. You hear yourself alongside the ensemble. I'm speaking for myself. You realize you're out of tune, and you make that adjustment. It's also a lot about the body. A couple weeks ago, I was asked to give a little speech to honor one of our colleagues, Michael Sloan, who's the director of choral programs here. He's been here for 25 years. And in doing that, my daughter, who's first year elsewhere, sadly, I don't know why she wouldn't want to come to UVA and be spied on by me every day, but she had a chance to sing with Michael Sloan in one of his ensembles, Oratorio Society, and I asked her, what was your experience of singing as I was preparing to go praise, Michael Sloan, and she said, there's this innate, originary, spiritual self-power, I'm paraphrasing, involved in singing. But she first see what it's like to sing in a group and make that sound, and project that sound. And then also, though, part of something greater in the middle of all those other voices, where the whole collective is projecting that sound and making that sound. And you learn, therefore, both your own power and capacity, and also that in participating with other people and collaborating and doing something collectively with mutual support, you can achieve something that, as an individual, you can't do by yourself. And listening is everywhere in music, and we practice listening in this department very in sophisticated ways, in simple ways and in very sophisticated ways. And we try to learn to listen well. And listening is empathy. So in our department, we have a very capacious and motley, in the best possible way, department. We do a lot of different things. We do classical music performance, jazz music performance, all kinds of music performance, music and technology, computer music, coding, social engagement, activism through music. We think about music, we write about music, we read about music, and we think through music. We compose music. Through analogy to musical phenomena, we make connections to the world. We sonify data through rigorous and artful mapping, creating new composition. Another example, my colleague Michelle Kisliuk teaching a class called Polyphonic Underground, where there's a relationship, the relationships between Bakke singing, polyphonic singing, and mycology are explored. So music can be used to model formal relations and to kind of clock formal relations. There's rigorous mapping also to be had in the study of music of a particular time and place. And we ask new questions and have new insights by tracking the relationship between a culture's or a community's musical practice and economic, social, sociocultural, political formations and structures. On the generative side, I'll just say that one of my teachers, his name is Christian Wolf, explored how composition of music can be used to enunciate the kind of social relations we would like to see. So you compose music in such a way, you organize music, you organize a band in such a way that you would like that to be, you believe in it, you'd like it to be, you'd like the world to be organized like that, relations among people to be organized like that. There's something very primary about music. There's a reason that music is present around ritual, part of ritual, for celebration, for mourning, for affirmation, celebration and affirmation today. And music is a refuge. I'm just wondering, do you agree music is a refuge? Yeah. This is true in general for us individual humans, but I think it's also increasingly true for us, our society, our world collectively. I actually think that music is a booming enterprise, a booming area, because I think increasingly and unequivocally human expression will continue to matter, and we will find ourselves taking refuge in those things which are unequivocally human expressions as the world gets weirder and weirder, as you all have observed. And so music is an unexcelled medium for imagination. And I hope that's something that you'll take with you, the use of music to imagine. And just in general, here's hoping that music is in the mix as you imagine imagine and sound our future. So those were my remarks right there. Thanks for your forbearance. This is something really great about our ceremony here, which is that it's very much it's kind of intimate, and it's centered on students. And so all of the students have expressed give voice to what they took away from this place and what they resonated with, to use a musical analogy, not on purpose. And so that's coming up. But now we are going to awards and recognitions and to putting our Ph.D. So Matthew Berners, thanks.
So this is Ted Coffey's last year as the last graduation as the chair of the department, and so I really just want to acknowledge and thank Ted or Professor Coffey for guiding our department with visionary leadership and kind attention to the many facets of the music department. We celebrated Professor Coffey at the end of year reception, but let's also give a big round of applause to Professor Coffey. It's great to be here. The staff have created such a wonderful event for us. Thank you, the staff. And we're in this beautiful building that the donors and the university administrators have created. Really grateful for this this building to be able to have our graduation in such an elegant space. And thank you to all of you who've come from far and wide to be here to celebrate the accomplishments of these young scholars. Before the University of Virginia, of course, before the United States, the Monacan people took care of this land for thousands of years. And while we're privileged to spend time at UVA studying deep and interesting topics, as we celebrate all the world traditions and everything that we do here, let's also remember to consider the ancestral knowledge of the Monacan caretakers of this place. So, thank you. So we have a Distinguished Majors program, and this is something that the fourth year students can take on to do a fourth year project, something like a recital or a composition or a thesis. And the faculty evaluate the completed projects, and UVA gives a level of distinction for these. We have 3 such distinguished majors this year, and I'm really pleased and that they all received highest distinction. So I'll read the names, and then afterwards we can applaud all 3. So Jeremy Chase, and Maxwell Mitchell, and Pooja Viswesh. The Morrison Award is a prize that recognizes outstanding overall achievement at the end of a student's undergraduate, and we have several Morrison Awards this year. I'm going to read the names and describe a little bit about each person, and then afterwards we can applaud all of them. Okay. So the first is Jeremy Chase, who's an accomplished composer and arranger with fluency in scoring for instrumental ensembles and full orchestra. In his work, he often combines electronic elements and with acoustic instruments, creating richly imagined soundscapes that span across genres. As a producer, he has a fine ear for creating beautifully unified soundstage that combines live recorded tracks with sampled instruments and synthesizers. In his Distinguished Major project, in which he rescored existing film scenes to original music, he showed an ability to risks while staying honest, using eclectic sonic palettes that nevertheless stayed true to the spirit of the scene. And Noah Dale. Noah has been in the Cavalier Marching Band drumline on snare drum for 4 years, serving as the snare drum sergeant leader for 2 years and the drumline captain for 1, as well as playing in the percussion ensemble for the past 2 years. Outside of UVA, he teaches and writes for Albemarle County Indoor Percussion, the Clover Hill High School, and the Yulee High School, as well as serving as the snare drum section leader at the indoor drumline Spectre Percussion. So Noah composed an original percussion quartet specifically for the 4 graduating fourth years in the percussion ensemble. The piece was meticulously tailored to each performer's unique skill set, demonstrating Noah's deep understanding of his peers as musicians. The work was exceptionally well received, serving as a fitting final bow for his cohort and a testament to his gift for composition. Simone, Marijic, Buljubasic. Thank you, Simone. Simone contributed to the soprano section in youth singers and as a soloist with the group. She also did outstanding work in lessons and in studio recitals with Pamela Beasley. She also represented UVA well in her successful appearance in the NBC TV competition, The Voice. Davy McConnell Wells. Davy did outstanding work in many classes, notably the polyphonic underground and performance in Africa, and has success in many areas across the board. He's also a viola and piano player and a composer. His strengths lie in scholarship, musicality, and creativity in all areas. And Josh Tomiak, for excellence across the board in classes, independent studies, and overall creative commitment to music in a range of modes, from songwriting to virtual instrument design and performance. So congratulations to all. The department also gives awards for department recognition, and these are given at graduation for outstanding recent achievements by majors. This year, the departmental recognition goes to Henry Boland for brilliant songwriting, performance, and production in general and in particular on Penelope, a collection of 3 skillful, modern, hyper-focused, and wickedly hooky songs. Okay? Available on all streaming services. Okay? So search for Boland Penelope, it says. Okay? And Simone Marijic Buljubasic for excellence in ecoacoustics, particularly her piece Everest, a composition premiered at the 2026 Digitalis Festival. The piece sonifies the number of deaths on Everest from 1895 to 2022 to create melodic lines, and it uses the mountain landform itself as the harmonic form. To Noah Dale for excellence in percussion in several ensembles and leadership in the Cavalier Marching Band, which we heard about before. To Jillian Gough for section leadership in the Charlottesville Marching Band horns and performing equally well on euphonium in the concert ensembles. Also recognized here for her imaginative music and visual media work in Intro to Music and Computers. To Nolan Hill for section leadership in the Cavalier Marching Band and Concert Band, for leadership and performance in all UVA bands simultaneously. That's pretty impressive. We have Autumn Hong for drum major leadership in the Charlottesville Marching Band and multiple ensembles, a superb player and musician on clarinet. Also recognized for her outstanding playing and focused participation in the Learn to Groove intermediate class. To Andrew Kim for section leadership in the Charlottesville Marching Band and Concert Band. Andrew was a founding member of the UVA Trumpet Ensemble, CIO, allowing the group to contribute funding for an appearance at the Elite National Trumpet Competition in Texas. To Hannah Rowlett for an outstanding midterm paper exploring the joys and contradictions of dancing perreo in Bad Bunny's work as a resident advocate for Puerto Ricans. And to Josh Tomiak for outstanding course participation and a final project combining performance and primary source research that demonstrates Josh's deep care and curiosity of Hawaiian music. Well, congratulations. Okay, now let's move to the of our PhD student who's receiving the doctorate. So I'm just filling in for the director of undergraduate programs, but my official role is the director of graduate studies. So I also want to just share a little bit about the PhD programs that that we have in the music department. We have 2 PhD programs, one in composition and computer technologies, and one in critical studies of music and sound. We're extremely proud of all the PhD students in the department. Each one's pursuing a unique path, and they're all working to create new knowledge in the field of music. In the time-honored medieval tradition, the new PhD receives a hood, which would have been a way to keep warm stylishly in the drafty medieval libraries of old. You have to earn the hood through the long process of study and examination. And today we're going to give one hood and grant one PhD. These hoods are absolutely ceremonial. As an Alaskan, I can tell you that you would not want to try to use this hood to stay warm. So, but we have only one PhD, but I thought it was a nice opportunity to share with you some of the accomplishments, just a few of the accomplishments of our other PhD students who are currently in the program and will be receiving their PhDs soon. So they're active all over the country and the world, really. This year, our PhD students have presented new work at leading conferences in the fields such as AMS and Seamus, 9, SEM, IEEE, and ICMC. So Brian Lindgren, who's a PhD student, was a finalist in a competition called the Guffman International New Music Instruments Competition for his EV, an instrument he built and invented. And he also won first place in the IEEE's AI music competition in Macau, China. And he's just accepted an academic position as the Prodigy postdoctoral fellow in the Department of Music and Music Technology at SUNY Plattsburgh. Gabrielle Serberville, some of you will remember as your TA, published a new book called Gathered, and this was published by HarperCollins, and it's received accolades and much attention internationally. She's currently continuing on the book tour in Bhutan. Molly Joyce has a new album out called State Change, released on Better Company Records, which is receiving rave reviews. And she's just accepted a position as the assistant professor of music at the University of Massachusetts in Lowell. So she'll be finishing her PhD in the fall and then going there in January of 2027. Adai Song, another of our PhD students, has a new album called The Bloom Project on Outdustry Records. And this is a major, it's getting major critical acclaim internationally. We're very excited about Adai's work. Varun Kishore his music was recently performed at the Ars Electronica Festival in Linz, Austria. And he's just accepted an academic position as the Joseph E. and Grace W. Valentine Visiting Assistant Professor of Music at Amherst College. And lastly, I'm just trying to list a few of the accomplishments. It's pretty impressive, but Katie King was appointed a curatorial fellow at the Kluge-Ruhe Museum in Charlottesville, and Katie's oral history project with the Duwamish tribe in Seattle is being used in their deposition for federal tribal recognition. So this is the kind of thing that's going on here, and now we'll move to the hooding and the award of the PhD. So Corey Leslie Harris, who's been advised by Nicole Mitchell-Gant, the dissertation is called Black Sonic Resistance, the Function and Meaning of Nyabinghi. And Dr. Harris's dissertation employs historical and literary analysis participant observation, and ethnography to track Nyabinghi from its origins as an ancient spiritual system in Africa to its role as a spiritual weapon against colonialism in Rwanda, to its role as a rhythmic vehicle and liberation philosophy for the formation of the Rastafari religion in 20th century Jamaica. Dr. Harris illuminates how African diasporic rhythms and symbols used for spirituality and liberation prevail and transform across space and time through ancestral memory, music, literature, and storytelling. Dr. Harris will be returning to Jamaica this summer for additional fieldwork, and he is in the process of looking for a publisher for this dissertation. He released a new album of traditional acoustic blues on Yellow Dog Records, and he will continue to tour and record. He's looking for teaching jobs, applying presently, and asks if anyone needs a blues playing Ph.D. He's available. So now we should please come up, Corey. So the last thing I'd like to do, so the DUP traditionally reads a poem at the end of this part of the graduation. I'd just like to follow in that tradition with a quote from Bob Marley's Trenchtown Rock. Okay, and it says, you can help me out with this, okay, music majors. One good thing about music, when it hits you, feel no pain. One good thing about music, when it hits, you feel no pain. So hit me with music. Hit me with music now. So hit me with music. Hit me with music now. Now for the awarding of the
to say, please silence your phones. It's a good thing that I just silenced mine. All right, so we're now at the point where we have all of the graduating folks come up in a particular form, get their bling diploma, and continue across the stage to be photographed. And Henry, we lined up in alphabetical order. Darn it, and you're first. So I don't get to put the spotlight on you. Some of them are in the third person, some of them are in the first person. Just going to have to accept that. So Henry has greatly enjoyed his time as a music major, playing guitar in a chamber jazz ensemble, studying vocal performance, and developing his songwriting and conduction skills as a Miller Arts Scholar. Some of his favorite classes have included musicianship with Adam Carter and guitar lessons with Michael Rosensky. Next year, he'll be working in Charlottesville as a direct support professional at the Autism Sanctuary, a day program for adults with autism, while continuing to write and release his own music. think we're gonna have to let that roll in the background as we advance through this Bloom Up with it. Is there agreement about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, I know. So we're gonna read the blurbs as the person comes up, okay, as we've done, and then we'll send them on to you. All right.
Get back to their seat.
Oh, yeah. You can walk around the horn if you want. Jeremy Andres Chase. Jeremy's time at UVA has been made special by the truly incredible people of our music department. From piano class with Professor Mayhood and musicianship with Professor Carter, to the wonders of orchestration with Professor Rouse and the world of jazz with John Dirt. I explored how computers and music collide in composition with Professor Reed, and I ended my time with a year-long DMP, which was the highlight of an utterly magical 4 years. I am so grateful to each of these people and many more not mentioned. I will miss this place greatly. Nicole, this is Nicole Elizabeth Cheban. My primary major is computer science, but after exploring UVA's music offerings, I fell in love with music technology, vocal performance, and acoustic composition. Professors Luke Dahl and Michele Zaccanini built my foundation in music technology, while Professor Kevin Davis honed my composition skills across various genres. Stephanie Nicasian motivated me to pursue vocal performance, creating opportunities to perform and encouraging me to challenge myself musically. Although my postgraduate career will focus on software engineering, I plan to stay immersed in music through performance and production, and I'm endlessly grateful to UVA's incredible music faculty for opening my eyes to these passions. Noah Alexander Dale. Noah focused on composition, music technology, and percussion. He was in the percussion ensemble for 2 years under Egen Fung, and was in Cavalier Marching Band for 4, having served as both snare drum section leader and drumline captain. While at UVA, he taught and wrote for various high school indoor percussion and band programs, and plans to continue doing so, while also pursuing game scoring, sound design, and his electronic music solo project. Jillian Jopson Gough. I'm grateful to have had many meaningful musical experiences and to have found my closest friends through playing mellophone in the Cavalier Marching Band. I also had fun playing euphonium in concert ensembles. I enjoyed taking a variety of music classes, from theory and electronic music to curating sound and music of Hawaii and Puerto Rico, which connected to my global development studies major. In the future, I hope to use the arts to work on community development issues. Nolan Reed Hill. I had a great experience with music at UVA. From theory to Motown, the variety of classes and opportunities was wonderful. I will miss most of all the ensembles I played in: the Cavalier Marching Band, basketball band, wind ensemble, concert band, and the trombone ensemble. After graduation, I will be moving to Dallas, Texas to work as a software engineer, where I hope to continue pursuing music through community ensembles. Edward Kaleb Hinkley. Throughout my time in the music department, I've grown in many ways. My Composition 1 and 2 courses helped me think about music as a communicative experience and the many ways one can listen. I'm especially grateful for the people I connected with. professors and peers, also known as my collaborators, who helped shape my confidence and creative direction. After graduation, I will pursue my passion by composing more music, playing world instruments, and working in a recording studio to support fellow artists. Autumn Hong. Autumn is a graduating double major in music and history at the University of Virginia, whose work explores the intersection of these two disciplines. She served as drum major of the Cavalier Marching Band for 3 years, principal conductor of the Cavalier Symphony Orchestra for 2 years, and on the executive board of the Miller Arts Scholars. She studied conducting under Michael Sloan and Kira Omelchenko. Highlights from her time as a music major at UVA include conducting at an EDM festival, premiering an immersive opera at the Fralin Museum of Art, and conducting Test Drive from How to Train Your Dragon twice. Elliott Chase Houchens. Elliott wants to say thank you to the Virginia Silhouettes and Maurice the Band, the amazing musical group she was part of, her guitar teacher Mike, and all her amazing professors and peers in the music department. Victoria Hua. During my time in the music department, I had the opportunity to grow as a clarinetist through beginning ensembles and later perform at the UVA Wind Ensemble, Clarinet Ensemble, and the Charlottesville Symphony Orchestra. These experiences helped me develop tremendously as both a musician and collaborator. I also enjoyed volunteering as a hospital pianist and exploring electronic music composition through Intro to Music and Computers and EDM production classes. After graduation, I plan to take a gap year before applying to medical school while continuing to pursue music creatively alongside my professional goals. James Michael Ireland Jr., aka Jack. I enjoyed playing in Mike Krasinski's jazz small group ensemble and writing raps in A.D. Carson's class. I was also fortunate to undertake an independent study with Nicole Mitchell Band, where I arranged traditional church hymns into jazz charts and planned and performed a concert at Christ Episcopal Church in downtown Charlottesville. After graduation, I plan to move to New York to pursue creative endeavors in acting, but I will continue to compose, arrange, and produce for my Spotify remix project, Snivvies. One more sentence. Finally, I am incredibly grateful for the people I've gotten to meet with and work with in my time as the Music Summer Orientation Coordinator. Andrew Y. Kim. My experience in performance began the summer before college with the Cavalier Marching Band, in which I was a trumpet player for all 4 years. I also performed in athletics band, Charlottesville Symphony, wind ensemble, concert band, trumpet ensemble, and Cavalier Symphony in various semesters. Some of my favorite courses in the major were Theory 2 with Professor Puri, Music and Discourse with Professor Miller, Music and Computers with Professors Coffey and Christie, and Orchestration 2 with Professor Rouse, and so many more I can't name. UVA music was not something I planned on partaking in as I entered college, but it was an amazing surprise and such an integral part of my undergraduate career. Simone, Megan, Marijic, Buljubasic. During her time as a music major, Simone pursued vocal performance, taking voice lessons with Professor Beasley and singing in the University Singers. She's cultivated a love for composition and music history. She also performed in a student band, Last Call, in the Virginia Bells a cappella group. After graduation, Simone will continue to release her own music and perform. Stein Meyer. Stevie has enjoyed the relationships he's built and all that he's learned in the UVA music program, with his second major being linguistics. He loved playing in the Bluegrass Ensemble, Charlottesville Symphony, Jazz Improv Workshop, and Creative Music Ensemble. He's also studied violin under Dr. Sender. He discovered love of composition in Professor Davis's class and explored composition in Professors Lobley and Berger's classes. He would like to thank the innumerable friends and mentors he encountered during these 4 years. Maxwell Patrick Mitchell. Maxwell charted his own path through the music major, taking classes that most aligned with his passion for music production. This included courses like Music and Computers, Sound Studio, and Sound Synthesis. Over the course of his 4th year, Maxwell worked on a distinguished major project, producing an hour-long electronic album centered around his thoughts on the current and future impacts of artificial intelligence on society and culture. Postgraduate, Maxwell is moving to Los Angeles to continue pursuing a career in the music industry as a producer and audio engineer. Kailash Nirajan Patel. I came to UVA intending to study music. There was no music minor, but I knew I wanted to remain involved with music after high school, so if there was only a major, that's what I'd do. I declared my major, my music second major, practically in my first month at UVA, since my primary school was not in the college. I declared so early that Professor Lobley, in my first ever department holiday reception, told me that I might have been the fastest student ever to declare a music major. My favorite classes were with Professors Bertner, Carson, and Sender. I will always look back fondly on the invaluable lessons learned and the memories made with them. G Rowlett. I really enjoyed being able to be experimental in terms of what music classes I could take. I also love the fact that no matter what class I took, I would always see someone I know and can connect with even more during the class.
Bad Bunny, guys.
Joshua Andrew Tomiak. Producing my first full-length album this spring tied together so many threads from my UVA music experience, learning djembe with Professor Jospe, arranging strings with Professor Rouse, making beats with Professor Carson, the list goes on. I'm so grateful for my time here and everyone who made it possible. Special shout out to Professor Lobley for daring to sponsor 2 independent studies with me, and for Professor Conley for her incredible Hawaiian music class. God bless, and shameless plug, listen to my album, My Way by J. Tom on all platforms. Pooja Viswesh. I've deeply connected and participated with people across the music department and community, from youth singers to a cappella, creative music ensemble with Professor Nicole Mitchell, to leading vocal jazz ensemble, and to performing with Sound Justice Lab. I've greatly appreciated the lessons I've learned in music and life from Jovia Armstrong for my DMP, A.D. Carson for my writing and production skills, and Carl Miller for making me listen deeper and being my first professor here at UVA. This month I applied to medical school, and I'll spend the next year here working at the hospital, continuing cancer research, and making music. Yo. The UVA music department gave me a home at UVA. One of the first classes I took was Motown versus Everybody with Jovia Armstrong. That ended up being one of my favorite classes I took at UVA, not just for the content, but for how amazing of a professor and person Professor Armstrong was. I was also part of the Virginia Women's Chorus for 2 years, where I met some of the most amazing and talented women. Thank you, UVA Music, for giving me a place at this wonderful university. Giving it a beat here. So that's everyone. And we're coming in on the end here. So I just want to thank again Mike Krasinski for the music. Thank the faculty for coming. Thank you, music department staff. So Leslie Walker, Tina Knight, Michael Adkins, Brandon Block. Who am I missing? Sorry? Marcy Day, of course. But thank you for helping to make this event happen and doing all the legwork behind the scenes. Thank you to Elliott, Tackett, and the band directors for welcoming us all to this space. This is their space. And we're grateful to have graduation here. Thank you, dear guests, for everything you've done over the years, over their whole lives, to support these students, these fine people, body and soul. Please stick around for pictures, and there will be instructions about what to do, conversation and light refreshment. And not last but not least, finally, congratulations and thank you to the class of 2026.